Welcome to Keep Up News Channel. Liam Payne's father given heartbreaking news he could be waiting 10 days before 31-year-old's body can be flown home as he makes vow to Argentinian police. Liam Payne's heartbroken father has been warned he could have to wait 10 days for permission to take his son's body home. Jeff Payne arrived in Buenos Aires last week to formally identify his son and bring him home after the 31-year-old former One Direction star fell to his death from a hotel balcony. The 66-year-old motor mechanic visited the morgue where his son is being held and spoke with the Argentine Ministry of Justice officials who are investigating the circumstances around the tragedy. He also visited the boutique Casa Sur Palermo hotel where his son died and thanked fans for their tributes and vigil. A postmortem found that the singer died from multiple injuries consistent with falling 45 feet from the balcony of his suite in Palermo district of the city. But prosecutors are treating his death as inconclusive while they await the results of toxicological examinations. And last night, prosecutor Andres Esteban Madria, the lead investigator, warned Mr. Payne it could be 10 days before the examination results come back from the laboratory and that he would not be able to take his son's body home before. Jeff has been told it might take 10 days for the tests to be completed and for him to take Liam home, a family friend revealed. He is finding the whole situation really tough. Jeff totally heartbroken at losing his son. But he has vowed to do right by Liam and will not go home without him. It is the uncertainty of not knowing when this ordeal will be over is what he is finding very difficult to deal with. The Argentine officials say they expect the results to take 10 days, but it might be a lot less time than that. Last night Mr. Payne met with the prosecutor who is leading the investigation into his son's death, the head of the National Criminal and Correctional Prosecutor's Office No. 14, Andres Esteban Madria. Mr. Madria gave Mr. Payne an update on the progress of the case and discussed whether the details of the cases should be kept private. Jeff Payne said he wanted the case to be transparent and open. He added that he was willing to testify about everything he knows about his son's life that could help the investigation. The prosecutor told Mr. Payne that toxicological and histopathological examinations of his son's remains had not yet been completed, and that he could not release the body until he had the results. Mr. Madria added that forensic examinations were also being carried out on mobile phones, computers, photographs, and videos from security cameras found at the hotel. He told Mr. Payne that hotel staff were being questioned amid claims that his son, who had ditched his abuse of drugs and alcohol, had been preyed on by drug dealers at the boutique venue. Mr. Madria also offered Mr. Payne police protection due to the high-profile nature of his son's death. In a statement, Argentina's Ministry of Justice said, the head of the National Prosecutor's Office in Criminal and Correctional Matters No. 14, Andres Esteban Madria, met yesterday with Jeff Payne, the father of British musician Liam James Payne, who was found dead last Wednesday in a hotel in the Palermo neighborhood of Buenos Aires, to inform him in person about the progress of the investigation. The representative of the public prosecutor's office informed the father that toxicological and histopathological studies complementary to the autopsy have not yet been completed, and their results are necessary to decide on the release of the body. Meanwhile, as part of the inquiry, examinations are being conducted on cell phones, computers, photographs, and security camera videos, which require a longer analysis time. Additionally, numerous witness statements have been taken to reconstruct the victim's last hours and the scene of the events, a process that is still ongoing involving hotel staff, acquaintances, technical and medical professionals, and others connected to the victim through his work. Furthermore, the consular representation of the United Kingdom was informed about the legal proceedings relating to the case since the victim is a British citizen, and proper note was taken of their offer of collaboration. To respect the memory of the victim, all developments arising from the investigation will first be communicated to the family, and given the high public exposure of the musician, communication will be limited to the institutional channels of the public prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Andres Esteban Madria has brought some of Argentina's most high-profile cases to court. Mr. Madria secured a 12-year conviction against a priest who had raped 2 nuns. He brought corruption town hall officials who allowed an unsafe nightclub that collapsed, killing 2 and injuring 50 to stay open to court, and he secured a $2 million fine against former Boca Juniors football star Alberto Marsico for fraud and breach of contracts. Officials also confirmed yesterday that as well as the ongoing forensic tests, Investigators were still analyzing mobile phones, computers, photographs, and CCTV footage, saying they will require a longer period of analysis. Last week, prosecutors confirmed they had interviewed 3 hotel workers and 2 women who had spent time with the One Direction star before he died. They said today the work to piece together the singer's last hours was continuing with hotel workers, acquaintances, technical and medical professionals, and other people linked to him through his work. Mr. Payne is known to have spent time with Argentinian businessman Rogelio Noers, who is understood to have given a statement to investigators. The singer's family have been reassured they will be the first to receive any new information that comes out, following the leaking of pictures from Liam's hotel room last week that were published in Argentinian media and showed a white powder on a desk which is still being analyzed. Prosecutors have categorized the death as inconclusive, but said there is no evidence at this stage pointing to any third-party involvement and have said he may have plunged from his balcony in a state of semi or total unconsciousness during a substance-induced psychotic episode. The initial autopsy, performed last Wednesday night, showed Mr. Payne had died of multiple trauma injuries which had caused internal and external hemorrhaging. A hotel manager phoned 911, the UK equivalent of 999, last Wednesday afternoon just before the singer died to say, "We have a guest who's off his head on drugs and is destroying everything in his room. We need someone to come." In a second call he added, "We need you to send someone urgently because, well, I don't know if the guest's life is in danger. They must be in a room that has a balcony. And well, we're a little bit worried he'll do something, that he'll put his life at risk." Police trying to find out who supplied Mr. Payne with the drugs he is suspected of taking before his death are said to have looked into whether his dealer was a hotel worker. Pals of the singer have claimed he was clean just days before the tragedy. Sources close to the singer said he entered Argentina on September 30th and was forced to extend his stay there due to issues renewing his expiring American visa. He arrived with his girlfriend Kate Cassidy, but she left Buenos Aires to return to the States shortly before the tragedy. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.